Alright guys, we're back with another stream. We're going to try this again. And this time hopefully everything will run smoother. Alright, so we're going to go here. We're going to go to Skype. We're going to get Richard Prawn back on here. Alright, waiting for this to load. Loading up on the Skype. Alright, Richard Prawn, Nick Price. Video chat. Connecting. Ringing.
I don't know. Did I start this call or did he do it?
I did
don't
it.
remember.
But your video don't work now. There it is. There you're back.
Okay.
You're good. You're all set.
Alright.
Alright. Now everything should run a little bit smoother. Let me, yeah, because it's running really good now. It's actually doing a lot better right now. So
Yes.
yeah, so that's a lot better. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it, but let's put the chat back up. Open conversation. Command V. Go on me type that. Oh God, too many times. I just want to send you the meta stream again. Alright. I'll get meta stream. I don't know if that's the right thing. Did I send you the right thing?
Yes, I think so.
Alright.
Chat.
Checking that out, bro. Alright, now it's I can add media. YouTube. Now it's running a lot smoother, at least for the moment. Still, MetaStream is taking a moment, but I guess it's just how MetaStream works. I don't know anything else that's like MetaStream.
For some reason, on their website they mention what's it called? Rabbit, which was what I originally used to like share pay-per-views and stuff. But I also thought Rabbit switched over to Cast as well.
Oh, like a casting thing?
Yeah, I mean it's literally called Cast. It's like KSAT, but then Rabbit, I guess maybe they're just saying if you were from Rabbit. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, is it like you could do YouTube videos and all that, or no?
Yeah, I mean Cast is. I mean yeah. I mean it's everything. I think you can literally just put a link in. I mean like. But yeah, I think you have to. They do have a web app. I didn't know that. I thought they just had downloads. Writes friends to your party from the desktop app. They can open the party. Yeah, so if you're like, basically showing the video, you have to have the actual downloaded version, but people who don't can open it in Chrome, of course.
Oh yeah, good old Chrome.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if trying to find a video. Alright, hold on. If I can find the video. Trying to find the company where the video is from. Let me see. Alright. Now I know where to go into. It's cracked. want to go to cracked. I gotta find this thing for you. Come on. Scrolling down to the video. I almost had it. Come on, load. Dude. Go this way. I had one I wanted to put. Oh, there we go. This is the one. I'll add this in a second. Add this to stream. Add the session. Alright, now it should come up and play. Hopefully it won't lag the software.
The hell is that guy wearing?
Oh, I gotta wait for it to give it a good load. It's gotta load on the bottom of my screen before I can get it to go through. But, yeah, it's taking a minute to load. I don't understand why it literally, like I said, literally when I was in Firefox, it did nothing like this or anything like that. So it's kind of like, wasn't bad, but let's see if I could play it again. I'm getting no sound out of it. Are you hearing any sound? Oh, there you go.
It's not playing. It's almost. I don't know what the hell's going on, dude.
Yeah, neither do I.
Okay, it says cracked.
Yeah, I just changed it over to move it to cracked.
Alright.
Because you know what it's doing is it's trying to load from actual YouTube. I see it on the bottom of the screen trying to load it out. And then I'm ready to hit play, and then it just doesn't, like, feed through properly. And that's a strange shit on this, too. I wish there was, like, an extra, like, app that you didn't have to open up in Chrome. Like, it says app.mainstream.com, but... Oh, wow, you can click it, and you can open up link in mainstream Chrome. If you hit the little like, you know, you hit like the right thing or control or whatever to on that little play thing that they give you through the app. That's how you can like MetaStream remote and manga extensions. The hell does it give me? It's got extensions, or is it my extensions? It's probably my extensions.
These are probably your extensions.
Yeah. Allow this extension to be read on all sites. So you can play things on all sites through this. If it actually wants to do what it's supposed to do. So if I were to go to like regular YouTube, it would open the link in the MetaStream session. And it says this can read and change site data on all sites. And what's the MetaStream remote? Oh, I'll do that. And Chrome is freezing. Good job, Chrome. And you know what the worst part about this too is? You can't get this on any other thing except for like Firefox.
Yeah, I've been off Chrome for a while. I just, you know, them taking all your information and data, plus it's not so great, you know, speed-wise, it's just...
Yeah, I was using Firefox, and they actually do data breach checks.
Yeah, I use Firefox a lot, but then I also use Brave, and I have Tor as well.
What's Tor? Never heard of that one.
It basically lets you connect to things normal internet doesn't, and it also like sort of helps you protect. It's almost like a VPN, but it's not. And you can pretty much, you know, there's like if you were to, there's certain websites only if you use a certain proxy.
Yeah.
You know, like Google doesn't bring those up. So like you use Tor to get to them. It's pretty good. It's usually when I download all my torrents and stuff and like
Well, I use
all that.
BitTorrent.
Well, yeah, but I mean, unless I use a magnet link, I usually just download shit off of there because I don't get busted.
All right. Yeah, I hardly download stuff anyways too much. All right, I'm gonna see if this tries to work again, but it's still trying to seemingly load. Let's see if there's a settings that might change it. Advanced. Appearance. Maybe that might be doing it. No. Session. And profile. All right. Thought maybe there might be like a setting to kind of make it Isn't it open? Is it open in browser? It's open in browser.
I still have the YouTube thing. You should.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I have up. But it's so weird. Like, I could open it. Oh, you could open the regular video in browser. Okay. But see, this shouldn't give it any. This should be no lag on this. And that's so bad that, like, Chrome would lag that much.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Okay, it's playing for me now.
Well, hello there. I'm Roger, and I'm here to welcome you to Hortonland. We sell you happiness, fun, and memories, and in return, we've become the forefront of corporate greed and self-interest, all while wearing these goofy hats and blowing you with glitter dust. What? What'd I say?
Yo, when I thought of, like, glitter dust, because I know we're both, like, wrestling fans and stuff like that, right? You heard the glitter dust part. Like,
Right.
I thought of, like, he's now Cody Rhodes, Stardust.
Mm-hmm.
It just made me think of that, and I don't know. We'll get into stuff like that later, but hold on.
Blowing glitter dust at you. Like this. Like that. Whimsical. Take your heads out of the gutter, for crying out loud. You're at Hortonland. And here at Hortonland,
Hortonland.
we provide your family with the best overpriced vacation that your entire 401k can afford. So you better goddamn enjoy it.
But Dad, I'm tired.
No, you're not. You're not tired. You're not covered in glitter.
You're not tired.
And we have everything you love about amusement parks. Do you love hour-long waits for minute-long rides? We've got you covered.
All right, so I have to say this: that guy, if it wasn't for his mustache, he would wouldn't look proper for this. Like, he looks like that Italian mobster right now. It's about to be like, yo, if you don't come to my theme park right now, like, I'm gonna take you out back, and the boys are gonna deal with you. And it's like,
break your legs.
Yeah, he's gonna break your legs and give you a spaghetti dinner. That's the shit that dreams are made of. Oh, now they want to load for me? Come on, let's load it up. We just had it perfectly going. Do you see the same thing? It's not loading?
No, I mean it's loading for me.
Oh, it's playing?
Oh, gross.
Oh, great. You get to see it. No one else is going to get to see it.
Talking about sweaty perverts, dude.
Covered. Or if you'd rather skip the lines, you can get our express ticket. It'll only cost you $100 per family member. But can you really put a price on family memories? We can. It's the price of a normal ticket plus $100. Hey, look! A sweaty intern in an animal costume. Or maybe a sweaty pervert in an animal costume. You'll never know.
Damn,
But
dude.
they're everywhere. They just want to hug me. Okay.
Oh,
then.
God.
Hortonland was designed by the greatest engineers, or dream engineers as we like to call them for no reason. They built fake houses, fake castles, and a general facade held together by the piles of cash you fork over for this fantasy. Because any dysfunctional family can pretend to like each other for a day if they can run away from their problems, right?
You never seen this stuff?
And enjoy your family's
No.
company.
Oh,
There's a way I gotta show you another one, but I'm not gonna try to mess with this.
Designed by the same architects that created the American prison system. It'll be so hard to leave. Not because you're having fun, but because we literally designed these places to be hard to leave. While you're aimlessly wandering around looking for an exit, enjoy any number of our special restaurants or whatever. It doesn't matter what food we sell, you have to buy it. Hey, whoa, $29.99? Well, it's either that or skin cancer.
Either that or you can die.
Record numbers of guests every year. We've made record profits across the board, even though our employees have some of the lowest wages in the service industry business. In fact, most of our employees have to live in motels because they aren't making a living wage, and that's if we pay you at all. Because you can also apply to the prestigious Horton Land Internship Program, where we turn your bright dreams of bringing joy to families into free labor with zero to no career benefits.
We turn you into shit.
I haven't eaten in 3 weeks.
Now, look on the bright side. You've got fake cartoon princess on your resume.
Fake cartoon princess on your
We
resume.
created a cult-like fake town where you can follow your dreams.
Cartoon
princess
on your resume.
Jesus.
Consequence, but we've embraced it all the same. My family-friendly theme.
Dude,
park
what is that, a
is
voice changer, or is that your actual
activities.
microphone?
That's my microphone. It comes with a live sound mixer.
Right outside of our
Dude, that's
parks is
crazy.
the number
Yep.
one human trafficking site.
This is great.
Why get hung up on that when you can take a ride on a roller coaster? Remember, you came here to be whisked through the air at 80 miles.
Whisked through the air.
Safety check.
Oh
by
my
a
God, dude.
paid worker 3 weeks ago. The thrill of death seems so real. Well, it is. Because if you happen to get died during one of these traps, you're in
You said
nightmare. Because our rides are less regulated than lip gloss or shoes. Not only that, but 15 states have laws that have no oversight or regulation on building roller coasters or rides. And Florida exempts its 3 biggest parks from accidents and death. The
shithole of America.
And every year,
Damn,
the
thank you.
inspection
Thank you,
includes
Roger.
fewer and fewer parks
Jesus.
in their overall analysis, while lobbyists work tirelessly to end bills on regulating these
Dude,
flying
this is like,
mousetraps. So come on by Horton
this
Land
reminds me of that
today,
Disneyland
a
fight,
place
dude.
where dreams
Oh, Disneyland fight.
Jeez. What are you doing, dude? You look like you're having a stroke.
The backstroke, the front stroke, the
I
breaststroke.
lost connection.
Who lost connection? Oh, I got out of it. I got out of MetaStream because it's a bullshit. Is there any way we could do this on Skype? Can I just I could share my screen with you, can't I?
Yeah, I think you can.
This is
I don't
probably
know how that would
better
work
off.
out on stream, but I can try it.
I'm gonna share my
Nice.
screen.
Alright.
You can see my screen, right?
Not yet.
Oh, I gotta start sharing. Sorry. Now you can see it, right?
Yeah, I can see myself, yeah.
Alright. Now let's see if I actually go to Chrome and YouTube, if it's actually gonna be faster.
Yo, dude, this is perfect.
Is that better now? You can see that better now? You
Give me
see
a second.
YouTube coming up, right?
Yeah.
Now let's see if you're gonna be able to hear it. That's gonna be the problematic thing. Yo, Chrome is literally going so slow. It's literally not even want to connect to YouTube. What do you have to
bro,
use,
I don't
like
know what to tell.
one thing at a time on a computer? All right.
I don't know if I think if there may be an option if you share a screen to play sound. I don't know if I'll hear it or not. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna try to play it and double check. Well, share screening options. Alright, so, but you see YouTube in front of you, right?
Right now, yeah. I was seeing my face.
Alright, yeah, I had your face on there, yeah.
Oh God, dude. Oh Jesus.
This is the best one ever. I don't know if
This
anybody's ever
is
seen it.
a little bit.
Can you hear it?
Hello,
No,
ladies.
I can't.
When you're
No?
Wait, yeah, I can. Wait, I heard it.
Oh, you did? Hold on, let me play it again.
experiencing the effects of your monthly menstrual cycle, does blood
Yeah, I
come
can
out of
hear it.
your vagina at the most inconvenient times?
Oh.
Are you tired of ruining your best clothes? Does the idea of playing sports or even just standing up and feeling like a jellyfish glorped out of you make you nervous? Hello, my name is
Oh.
Roger Horton, and I'm here to sell you our Horton family vaginal blood absorbency sticks. Our vaginal blood absorbency sticks are pretty good at soaking up a majority of that monthly shedding of uterine lining, and we think you'll be moderately pleased with how they improve your life. We want you to know that your Shark Week will be mostly mess-free when you use our absorbent sticks. And we'll never say period. We'll always use a slightly embarrassing or straight-up shaming euphemism for the thing that almost every fertile woman has to do. To convince you to buy our product, we're currently playing trendy, upbeat music while simultaneously inundating you with images of active and seemingly carefree young women who are not currently experiencing the effects of menstruation. This will make you wish to also be happy and carefree while not
Happy and
personally
carefree.
experiencing the cramping,
Oh
nausea,
my God,
headaches, or
dude.
whatever personal effects of menstruation you get, which is obviously something that our fluffy absorby sticks simply cannot deliver. During this time,
This
when
bad.
you are, as they would say in Spain,
It's great, though.
defrosting the steak, you know, because your period is similar to a dead, bloody slab of meat. See, everyone
Dead,
everywhere
bloody
agrees
slab
that
of
your
meat.
menstruation is too disturbing and shouldn't really be discussed. So we promise to never show red in our commercials for absorbent vaginal discharge products.
No red.
Anything that would normally be described as red, such as blood, we're committed to
Such
always
as blood?
portraying as blue. We also promise to exclusively represent your period with vague images of squiggly lines, bouncing balls, and balloons.
And
Because
balloons.
Men could be watching this, and we don't want to ick them out. Unless you're younger than 10 to 14 years of age, which is when most women.
This guy's so
experience
creepy,
puberty.
too.
Every potential baby carrier
his
is
hand
intimately familiar
things
with the
don't-
menstrual
like, it's
cycle.
like-
If your egg hasn't been fertilized
I don't know
by
how
a
to
male
describe it.
sperm, your body will shed the
like he's
bloody
grabbing
viscous
onto
lining
things.
of its uterus. Menstrual blood then oozes out of your uterus through a small opening in your cervix
Oh,
and
God,
gushes
dude.
out of your vagina. Gross.
He
No one
said it.
wants to sit around in a
Gross.
sticky
Gross.
cavern of discomfort, which is why you should buy our vaginal blood soak 'em up sticks. Our
Soak 'em up
sticks are made with
sticks.
real
Oh, that's
non-organic cotton and
disgusting,
rayon,
dude.
along with
This is too
synthetic
much.
fibers such as viscous rayon, which is added to increase
So-
absorbency. That's why our sticks can carry more than 20 times their
I have to pause it for a second and say it like this though. But like next time, like, well, you wouldn't have to do it, but I have a fiance. If I ever had to go buy like, you know, those type of products, I would definitely be going to the store and asking for soak 'em up sticks, like,
oh my God.
like a
dude.
CVS or like a Walgreens or something. Excuse me, ma'am. Can I get your finest soak 'em up sticks? And she's gonna be like, "What are you talking about?" I'd be like, you know, the soak 'em up sticks for that time of the month.
Mm.
Soak 'em up sticks, man. Soak 'em up sticks.
blood.
Oh, God.
Viscous rayon is just a fancy word for wood pulp. We prepare this pulp for your
I'll show you this video, then we'll get in some like good old
vagina
chats and stuff about some stuff I want to talk about.
God.
Produces trace amounts of
Okay.
dioxin, which is known to cause reproductive and developmental impairment. But don't worry, because the FDA says that dioxins in our absorbent blood sticks exist at extremely low levels and are hardly detectable. So keep sticking those chemicals up there, ladies. Hey, did
Oh,
you know that in Denmark your period is called communist in the gazebo? Get it? Because communists are red, and so is menstrual blood?
Communist in the gazebo.
Anyway, our competitors may claim that their product is made by a female gynecologist, but not me, because I'm a man. Which is why you can trust that I created products designed to keep your ant flow as discreet as possible. Heads up. Look, gals, the truth is that menstruation is a bodily function just like pooing or peeing. Most modern
Pooing or
women
peeing.
experience an average of
Oh my
450
God,
menstrual cycles and are expected to use at least 10,000 hygienic blood sticks during the course of their childbearing lifetime. So you might as well stop complaining about it and buy our product. Hell, we'll even tack on a luxury tax, even though you have to buy this. I mean, you could always just suck it up, right? Just be sure not to
Oh.
leave our sticks of blood
Suck it
absorbing
up with
fabric
what?
shoved up inside of you for too long. Otherwise, you may run the
Oh.
risk of developing toxic shock syndrome, or TSS, which is a rare but life-threatening bacterial infection. But if you don't want to shove a potentially poisonous blood rag into your veins, we're happy to
Oh,
also
God,
offer
dude.
new Horton Family Blood Absorbing Diaper Stickers. Simply take one of our stickers off its adhesive backing, apply it to the inside of your underwear, and allow yourself the luxury of just sitting in a pool of room temperature liquid all day. But don't worry, we have a luxury tax for that too. You and your luxurious blood puddle. So the next time you're pick up a box of the Horton Family
no,
Vaginal
no,
Blood
no,
Absorbency
no, no.
Soak 'em Up Sticks, because they're
Soak
probably
'em up
better than wearing nothing. Crimson Wave was a clueless reference. I'm Roger, by the way. Not sure if I mentioned that earlier.
Thank you, Roger.
Yeah, right. All right. So, anyways, so
Holy shit.
yeah, that's just a whole nother level of stuff, and I just kind of had to show that out there. I don't know if it went too well in the stream or whatever, but anyways, what I was gonna get into, because I kind of wanted to get into, especially since we're on live stream.
Uh-oh.
Well, no, we're
Yeah.
we're both into wrestling. That's what kind of was gonna get into. But
Okay.
have you kept up on the WWE news lately?
A little bit. Are you referring to the Saudi Arabia stuff?
Yeah, I'm talking about Saudi Arabia. Yeah, that's what that's definitely what I'm
Yeah.
getting at on that.
Yeah. It's kind of a fucked up situation.
Fucked up is that's the words I want to use for it. Do you know I'm trying to figure out my Skype, make sure you're on the video properly. Skype is being a little odd for me. Should be on the video. I'll talk about it in a second. No, it's the wrong Skype button. Skype. Oh yeah, because I have to put your video back up. Hey, the computer, but yeah, yeah, it's kind of a messy situation with like with all that going on, because literally, like, well, what information do you know about it, and then I'll tell you what I know about it.
I am aware that after the show there was issues of, I think it was it 12 out of 20, or or 8 out of 20, either number, were not able to make it back, or like on their planned flight. And there's been a lot of suspicious coincidences or things leading to one to speculate on if the given reason of plane malfunction and failure to launch.
All
you
right,
could
so
say.
that's what you know, right?
Well, yeah, that's what they're saying.
No,
but I mean,
that's not correct anymore. For what? All right. So let me give you the details to people who are watching what exactly happened, right? So there's been a lot of Dave Meltzer and a bunch of other people. They all got information through other sources. There's been sources going back and forth and all that type of stuff. And what they've been saying now is that Vince McMahon has been owed over $300 to $500 million. Literally, legitimately, that's been quoted by multiple sources. So that's on key with that. And they said because he had multiple sources, like that amount of money, that he literally got in a fight with the Saudi prince.
well,
Like
yeah, I know that, and that's what I meant by conspiracy. You could go to think that there wasn't any plane failures and the prince was just fucking with Vince.
Well, no,
and holding
literally, it
these
was over that.
hostage.
It was over that amount of money. He actually got in an argument with them. He actually got in a
Right.
severe argument, which is really bad because you're from America, Like, you could have started an international war because of that reasoning.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
300 to 500 million dollars is a lot of freaking money. And I mean, they have a lot of money in Saudi Arabia, but I don't think they're going to give you 300 to 500 million dollars. They must have been pulling your, like, you're yanking something on you to make you believe that that's actually the what's going to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, in my mind, I couldn't justify that kind of money from any company. You know, like Fox, yeah, Fox bought,
they're trying to get rid of their bad image through the wrestling thing. I mean, that's all they're doing.
yeah, well, that money situation was terrible because they actually said that that Saudi Arabia held the people without their will. So,
Well,
like,
yeah,
they
I mean,
stopped the plane.
yeah, I mean, you could say a lot of things. I mean, they let the women wrestle. Who knows if that was allowed or not? You know, who knows if obviously
No,
people
but
are pissed.
these are actually, like, I'm not saying these are hearsay. I'm saying these are actual facts.
No, I know. I mean, Natalia got a water bottle thrown at her. I mean, I think those facts lead to a lot of speculation on, you know, what happened.
Yeah, but it's not. But the speculation you're talking about is on fact because they went through, like, actual credible sources. Like, if I
I know,
looked
but
it up online,
why were they held hostage? Was it just
it was
because
because
Vince got pissed
it
at
was
Vince?
because Vince flipped because they're saying because Vince flipped out on the guy, so
Right.
the
So it was sort of like, yeah,
yeah, it was sort of
I
like kind of that situation, and Vince was like, "Well, I want my money, otherwise, like, you know, I don't know." That's the part where it's like the fine line. I can't. I'm not going to see it, and I'm going to try to give you the answer. But it became the fine line between where Vince said, "I want my money," and the guy's going, "Well, I don't care about your money. We'll just hold your people hostage and see how it is. And if you really care about getting your money, then you don't care about your people, basically. You know what I mean?"
Well, yeah, and I was watching Joe Cronin a little bit,
Yeah.
and the guy had brought up how the stocks, have gone down. But what's funny is before they went down, all the big, heads of the company sold stock, like a lot of stock. Like Kevin Dunn sold $22 million worth of stock before it crashed, like
Oh
went down.
man.
So, like, I mean, depending on how serious, people are into looking into it, there could be like insider trading bullshit going on. I
Well,
mean, that doesn't look normal. Like, you don't do that.
well, then you know how they try to say right afterwards that the ratings for SmackDown went totally up.
Well, yeah, but SmackDown was up because NXT was on there, and it was something different. You knew it wasn't going to be the same old shit. I mean, what do you mean by saying that?
Well, I'm just saying is that it kind of made it seem like that either they're fudging the ratings or it necessarily isn't what I mean, you know what I'm saying is it could have been that not many people watched it. They were talking about, I don't know the numbers, but if you think of it in this stance is, I mean, they had the Saudi Arabia problem, right? And then
Right.
trying to cover it up. And you know what's the worst part about it too is, I still have the network. I just kept it for like some pay-per-views. I'm probably going to get rid of it eventually at some point. But anyways, when I was trying to watch it on the PS4 network, right? It wouldn't stream it wouldn't stream what's the pay-per-view called again?
Crown Jewel?
Crown Jewels, yeah. It wouldn't stream Crown Jewels. It would stream everything else. And then I looked online and I found other people complaining that the PS4 app wouldn't stream Crown Jewels. I had to actually do it through the computer. The computer would work fine for it, but the PS4 won't allow it to actually stream Crown Jewels that Friday.
I don't know what to tell you, dude.
Yeah, that was kind of really
this,
strange.
This whole this situation has gone from, immoral, we're gonna sell out our company for, money and helping this, arguably not so great country, um, you know, try to hide the fact that they aren't with our wrestling, but to putting people in danger and shit, which
So
should
that's what
never
it
have
is. It's the
happened.
safety. Yeah, I don't.
And it's not cool.
Well, how do
I
you
mean,
if you're like a person that like is working with the WWE, how do you in your mind, like, how do you in your mind really say to yourself that um you're either going to like listen to Vince and do as he says, or decide to yourself is that I don't want to go to Saudi Arabia. Because if he says you got to go, what are you going to tell him? No. Like, I mean,
Well, I mean, people have told him that. Well, Sami Zayn's not allowed there for different reasons, but I mean, Bryan didn't go. I think Owens did not go because Sami Zayn was not allowed to go. So,
yeah.
I mean, I think people have an option to not
Well, you know
go.
why Sami
But I
Zayn
mean,
can't go, right?
yeah,
Well, what was your reasoning for it? What do you think? I'm gonna tell you the real reason.
because he's Jewish
He's also no, it's because he's Syrian too.
or whatever. Yeah, he's whatever they don't like or whatever. It's because of his ethnicity.
Yeah, it's ethnicity. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not allowed to go based on that. I mean, like, I don't understand how it's kind of, but I mean, John Cena didn't go, but John Cena has a lot of other reasons not to go.
Well, now the
And the other,
whole makeup of the company is is a little bit of is a stretch. I mean, like I said, I watched the AEW, I watched the NWA, and that's my main things, and then I watched the New Japan Wrestling. But I have to keep up with New Japan. I'm paying for the thing, but I haven't watched it in a couple weeks.
bro, you need to watch Power Struggle, man.
How recent?
There's some, it was just like the other day.
Oh,
It's amazing, dude. And then I know you haven't been watching for long, but this guy has come back and he's really good. He broke his neck originally. That's what put him out.
did you see that
But
they
he's
wanted to bring? Speaking of people coming back, I think I'm going to say it might be right. James Storm,
where?
WWE.
Oh God, dude.
He's going to be
He was
doing
already
like
there,
he's going to be
wasn't
doing
he?
like writing and stuff for him or something. Which doesn't make
That'll
any
be-
sense because look what happened to Eric Bischoff. They blamed everything on him and he didn't write crap.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it's gonna play out or anything like that with that. But he's coming.
I may
Yeah.
try to watch Survivor Series though because I'm intrigued with the NXT stuff on there.
Here's the problem that I got with that, right? Is that I'm sort of kind of intrigued a little bit with that, but here's the fine line where I'm kind of upset with the situation is those were up and coming people, and I'll always say this: they were the guys who were just got off the learning platform. They were starting off. They don't really have the careers
Not
going.
really.
Well, not all of them, but I would say, or they came from a different company, and they were putting their foot in the door to the WWE, and it was kind of introducing them to the crowd. Now, when you took Finn Balor and you put him in there, that was the first step to saying is, all right, well, the credibility of them being like newbies or people who are being introduced or sometimes even reintroduced to the WWE is kind of thrown out the door because now you're just saying is it's a separate entity. It's the filler for the USA Network that SmackDown had now that Fox basically bought the rights to SmackDown. And I mean, like, I'll give it, I think it's cool and everything like that. But what does it do for all the people that had to work their butt off, putting on an amazing show on NXT, and then like Daniel Bryan, Titus World Slide, like guys like that actually worked their ass off and then came in, and then you had people like and slowly trickled up. I think like EC3 was on there, right? And Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had but all these other people now are all of a sudden going, well, we're gonna cut the middleman out. We're just gonna start you off right on Raw or right on SmackDown. And it is a cool concept, but all you're doing is just adding more wrestlers into the roster. So everybody else who's like on the roster can be like lost in the dust again,
Yeah. What's the most, messed up part about it is they're getting paid. They don't get paid a lot. They get paid, nowhere close to main roster people.
No,
like
I
Raw
didn't
and
even realize
SmackDown.
that. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
Balor gets paid like, I think it was like 500,000, whereas, NXT people, the majority I think aren't breaking six figures. I mean, like, so they're being, they're on television, so they should have enough money to pay them more, but, they're not getting what they're worth. And, it's messed up. I
Oh,
mean, like,
that's
I
yeah.
think New Japan last year, like in total, like $44 million is what they made. Where like the NXT TV deal is or what was it? One of the TV deals is basically that much money. So I don't know how you can't be paying, these, you know,
Well,
NXT people who are
that's what threw me
basically.
off. All right, so when I heard the Saudi Arabia thing, right, where it was like 300 to 500 million dollars that they were supposedly getting, right,
I
that
thought
money,
that was the deal for the whole thing.
that was the deal for that one show, or he's owed that much. Maybe it's
What?
the whole. Maybe it was the whole thing. I thought it was for the one show. That's what I thought. He was owed money, but what they were doing supposedly is that they would tell him they'll pay him part, and then they'll pay him a little bit later. And then he was like, okay, cool. So that he got part of his cash, kind of as like a down payment, went to go do his show, and then figured he'd get paid later. And what they were doing is they weren't paying the full amount, and basically saying that, basically doing their thing where they're not going to pay him that amount of money, which to me is is an astronomical amount of money. Reason why I'm saying it's an astronomical amount of money is because supposedly, and this is what ticks me off is that the wrestlers got to get their own insurance, and the wrestlers themselves have to pay for their own flight and whatever, find their own transportation. And like, if you're getting 300 to 500 million dollars, right? You don't even have like close to even 100 wrestlers. Even if you paid 100 wrestlers, right, $1 million, a year, $1 million, plus insurance coverage, plus their travel, you'd still have anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000
Yeah.
for just that one, for just Saudi Arabia alone. That's not your NXT deal. That's not your SmackDown money you got, the billions of dollars. So like, why is he screwing all the wrestlers if he literally has billions of dollars? He should be paying his wrestlers, getting them the travel they need, getting the health insurance, and start getting better writers.
I don't think, like, if they're not getting paid, I don't understand how. I mean, I guess they've maybe signed a contract or whatever, but
You
or
sign a
maybe like a
contract with
look
a foreign company. What lawyer is
But
what,
yeah,
what
but
lawyer do you
like,
have for that?
well, why if you're not getting paid and you're getting all this, criticism, it's not worth it. I mean, you're saying you're not getting paid, and you have people who inside your company who are not happy. Let alone, your stocks are dropping, and your fans are quitting because they don't. One, you have a shitty product, and second, they don't want to support, your choice to go sell yourself out
Yeah, well, they
for.
want to support the wrestlers, not the man who's in charge.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. It's kind of just. It doesn't seem worth it to me, but I
Well,
guess he thinks it
John
is.
John Moxley, Dean Ambrose originally, he said it
Mm,
best when I heard an interview with him. I think it was with Chris Jericho. The man goes, and I've talked to you several times about this, but I don't know if anybody else realizes this. He said he had to say duty poo poo, like these people are duty poo poo, like duty caca poo poo, like he literally had to use those words. And after he said he had to use those words, was the day that he lost all hope for himself, because originally when there was the WWF, WCW, the good old days,
yeah.
ECW, they kind of had more freedom to have more of their like creativity in the ring. Like, of course there was different like scenarios where they would cut themselves with like a razor blade in the head, which wasn't necessarily the most sanitary thing. They did weird things like that, but they fought, they came in, they messed up wrestling matches on their own. They didn't have to wait for a
Yeah.
total script. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think Moxley likes professional wrestling, and I don't think WWE is professional wrestling at all.
Well,
It's
AEW says it best. I mean, like, when you see Chris Jericho talking about the script writing,
Jericho's been just killing it. I mean, like I've enjoyed. I mean, the best parts of Dynamite each week almost are always Jericho.
Oh well.
And he doesn't wrestle. I mean, he's just so good talking.
The matches alone for AEW are
yeah, of course. But I mean, like he's so good, and him and Moxley are we'll use Moxley as an example because Jericho's been gone longer, but Moxley, compare Dean Ambrose towards the end to Moxley, and hasn't even been a year.
Yeah.
That AEW's been, it's completely different and for the better. I mean, I think there's some things to enjoy, but with WWE, but I can't, dedicate.
Well, the thing is, there's certain wrestlers that I enjoy thoroughly, like oh god, Otis. I like Otis, right? Otis is a great guy, and then I'm gonna explain the guy. I don't know him very well because I've been fading away from NXT a little bit. But who is the heavyset black gentleman that's on NXT?
Keith Lee.
Yeah.
Keith Lee? Yeah, that guy's really good.
Yeah, that guy's great. Like I could watch stuff like that. But you see what the well, I was gonna say is the WWE is throwing in all these superstars from like MMA and UFC and all that.
Yeah, I mean, like that's fine, but the end goal should be to make, bring in those guys to make somebody like Keith Lee look better.
Yeah.
But instead, they're there to, just, get ratings or get pay-per-view buys.
Well, like they're trying to go with like the Attitude Era a little bit, but like they're not doing it correctly at all. Like the Bobby Lashley thing with sleeping with Rusev's wife, but Rusev supposedly has the child of what's her name? Maria
Kanellis?
Yeah, Kanellis. How did that work? Like you got Rusev's wife sleeping with somebody else, but Rusev has a child with somebody else?
I think I don't remember exactly where I heard this, but it's like WWE like punishes you for paying attention.
Yeah.
Like it punishes you for remembering things and paying attention.
I think Joe Cronin might have said that.
Yeah, I think it may have been him. Yeah. It's just like I don't understand. It's insulting to watch it. I mean, and you're right. Like I like a lot of the guys there, and it just sucks because I can't sit there for 3 hours to see a 8-minute match between people I like.
Well, that's the thing is you could record it, and I heard that like they still get the ratings if you watch it like a couple days afterwards. I think it's like up to like possibly 3 days, but like you could still like watch it, but they also like see how long you're watching it for. That's how like the ratings go. It's by time, how long you've watched it, all that kind of situation, when you watched it. So like the recording aspect of it that's usually what I do. So I can fast forward through the commercials. Now I have to state this because I'm talking about commercials real quick and I want to state this. Now, AEW, right? Have you realized that AEW now, because of the I guess they're still figuring out the kinks, but it's still really upsetting that like the other Wednesday that just passed, they had the what was it? The Railroad Express or whatever. And
the Rock and Roll.
The Rock and Roll Express, sorry, Rock and Roll Express. And they had him on, and at one point they were talking to the back with a few people, and you couldn't hear them because of the commercials. And then they had the match with Jon Moxley. And did you realize that when they said the TV time was up, they ended it? And then they said that, and then they showed that following Wednesday that there was like a whole ton of stuff that happened. And then last Wednesday, hold on, let me say the last thing, and then we'll discuss it. But the last thing I have to say is, and then last Wednesday, did you realize at the end of it too that they said that they're going to show it somewhere else because there might not be enough time to show the rest of the match?
Okay, so I know last week I think they did that because they wanted to build like suspension, and I think that was part of like because the ending to that match was very abrupt and very like surprise, and I think that's what they were going for, and I think that was part of that. But like with All In, which is before AEW was a thing, they had their pay-per-view.
Yeah.
The main event was cut short because they messed up the timing. So, I mean, they just don't have, I don't think, they're not used to doing TV. So I think that's the problem. But I agree with you with...
Well, the WWE gets that little bit of extra time at the end. You know what I mean? They get that like 10, 15 minutes or whatever it is of that overlay time just in case something happens. So like I don't understand like TNT would ever not want them to have that little extra time because they're getting a big rating boost now. Like let them have the extra time. Screw
Yeah.
it, you know?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but what I think they do is because I think they show it because I extend it by 15 minutes,
Yeah.
in case that does happen. I think they show a repeat of AEW, so I don't know why they wouldn't do that. I think
Yeah,
it's just
sometimes they do. And then other than that, they've been showing like other weird shows. Like they've been showing the Impractical Joker's new show thing, and then they've been showing like other just like I don't know, I guess other things. But it's not like TNT is doing bad. But like it wouldn't matter anyways. Yeah, you're right. They do show it sometimes over, and it didn't really make sense to me why they can't just that's just it's a straight. And then they try to say, I guess you could watch it online. And then I heard this. I saw this, right? Somebody posted the other day, and I couldn't get it to work. And it was a post where they actually posted the wrestling event for that night, the TV version of it, on something you could download. And it was the night before it was shown. It was a Tuesday night. I couldn't get it to work because it was like you had to like pay for the site or whatever. But it was still a link for the event, for the actual show, not dark matches. It was the actual event. So like it was almost like they filmed it on like, I mean I know they filmed it, but I mean like, however they did the programming and everything like that. It was like almost like it was available on Tuesday and just kind of like flopped on TV on a Wednesday. Instead of it being like, oh, welcome to Wednesday, it was not welcome to Wednesday really. It was like welcome to Wednesday set on a Tuesday.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a little irritating because like I'm a fan and I want to see these matches and I want to see the things, and it's like, all right, they don't want to have it 3 hours, so they give you the dark matches online. I get it. That's just the
That's a
beginning of the
really
show.
smart idea.
Well, it is because it allows people to watch what they want to watch, but like,
Well, it's also allows you to do stuff you can't do on TV. Like,
well,
I don't think they could do the Kenny Omega Janela match on TV with like barbed wire and
yeah.
all that. I don't think they'd allow that, and I'd
Well,
like to
then
see that.
again, I watch America Horror Story, and
But
that's rated
that's
TV
completely
14. It doesn't matter because like the stuff they show on TV, like I've seen slip up his nipples sometimes, like they show some pretty gruesome things.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I enjoy it. I mean, it could be worse. I mean, like
Program, go to the terminal box, which is almost like a DOS system. Type in sudo sudo space su. Then type your password that you use to log into the computer. Enter. Then you go type in ps.efl space. It's that little line button. It's shift and the thing that looks like a line. They call it a pipe button. And you do that and more and hit enter. And then after you hit enter, you hit spacebar, spacebar, spacebar till it comes up so you can type again. And you make the screen a little bit bigger so you can see everything. Then you go type in ps space dash efl space the pipe button again, GREP, and then your PID number, which you looked up. And then after you do that, you type in renice space dash 20 space P and that PID number. Hit the up button, the actual up arrow button twice to see that PSEFL grip thing again, and then hit enter, and then it finally renices it to the actual renice, because you could do like anywhere from like negative 20 is the best, and 20 is the worst, and you could do it from like any of those things in there, but you have to do it for like the specific program you want. And I reniced this, and even though I reniced OBS, it's still lagging.
Yeah, bro. I have no idea anything you just said. Like, I don't understand how that's efficient at all.
It's not, because they used to have a program. It's called App Monitor, and App Monitor used to be a renicing software program where you were able to just bring it up almost. It would show you what's going on with your computer, almost like a task manager would. Kind of like your activity monitor here, but it's a more progressive activity monitor where you could actually click to set your process to the level that you wanted to instead of having to go through the whole spectrum of the PID number, the terminal, everything else that just kind of went through and kind of just talks you all about. And it literally was it makes you want to pull your hair out. It's totally just, it's stressful. It's unethical. It's a little bit more work, but I do it and I've learned it better and I wrote it down so I could do it kind of at a fast pace. And then once you do that all down, it'll leave a little box down there, kind of like a type area to type. And then you could just kind of, all you have to do after that for any other program you want to mess with is do the PS-EFL, that slash look at thing to the gripe, and then your PID number, and then you re-nice and the PID number and up twice, and then you're good. You're good to go with that. And really, it's simple enough that you don't have to do the whole entire setup for every program. But if you want to do your program every time you get onto a computer, you have to redo that again for that actual program. So every time I get on to do this and I want to OBS, like I was doing with you, when I said I had to log off the computer, I wanted to restart it, I had to come back in, I had to do that whole process, then I had to set it up to work with you. And that means this is running at a higher processing than the rest of the computer stuff is. But the thing is that this may be running, but still everything else could still lag it, just like Chrome did.
Yeah, I do not understand any.
Well, the OBS software is still lagging right now. The OBS software I'm using right now is giving an encoding overload. Consider turning down video settings. And my drop frames are not even really showing much, and it's showing it's running green, but at the same point, it still feels like it's lagging a bit. And anything else I do to put in it, like watch a video, it lags on the computer side of things, And it's using 32.9 CPU. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know you don't know, but
no, I mean, I'm just shocked at how complicated all that is. I don't understand how. Well,
you know how long it took me to try to figure out just to try to do the processing. It took me hours. I spent almost 4+ hours one night trying to figure it out. If there was a program, I downloaded a bunch of programs, and I think it almost threw a virus onto the computer. And then I had to get a virus program software. I got one, and then I finally, did my thing to get one. Got one, and I check it up every now and then, and it finds viruses that are add things, and it got rid of them because what it was doing is it was switching any internet browser I was using, be it Safari or Chrome, it would switch what I was browsing to a random site. It was redirecting me. And then I was like, oh man, what do I have to do? So I found a software to scan the computer, and now it scans the computer and it does its thing, to get rid of all the viruses. So I'm kind of lucky about that.
Right.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
Man, that just so much to do, so simple, such a simple thing.
Yeah. Well, you would think that the program here wouldn't have such problems.
No, not at all.
I don't understand why an OBS software would be lagging that much, regardless of the fact of what computer you're on. But that's.
Well, I mean, it takes certain power to run things. I mean, I honestly think it's a combination of computer, or computer and possibly internet.
Well, I heard that Apple supposedly charges you. I saw a video online recently, 800% the price of what it takes for labor and parts for your computer or phone or whatever. And I'm not sure how much his computer was offhand. I think it was 1,000, a little over 1,000 or close to 1,000. And you would have thought it would have been doing great, and it's just either they're lagging the computer, like Apple's doing it on purpose, which they kind of do. There's a technical term for it, or it's just that they didn't put enough stuff into the computer that we bought it at, and it was kind of just to buy more CPU, power, you'd have to spend a lot more money,
Yeah, I don't like Apple, and I think I've said it to you before that I compare it to like Starbucks. Like, I mean, you could get, coffee elsewhere and it tastes as good or better,
All
but
for a
because it's
minimal
Starbucks,
price.
it's good.
Yeah. No.
But
Well,
so I think it's the same
yeah.
with Apple. I honestly don't think I think it's like the brand is what you pay for. But I mean,
It's
like
so
I said,
weird
I
because
think
even
for
your picture right now is giving a little bit of lag, and it's kind of like, why would your picture be giving some type of lag? You know what I mean? Like
your computer
from
seems to be being overworked. That's what I think. I mean, like I'm not lagging on my screen, and like when
no,
I run
but
OBS, I don't lag.
I don't get why OBS, and I've tried everything to change the settings in OBS, and
I don't think it's OBS. I think it's just in general. I don't. I'm not sure though. I'm not like super smart with it, but
well, anyways, going on a another topic because I'm gonna get off of here probably no later than 4 o'clock, hopefully, because I had to take a shower and do a few things. But we're
yeah.
both gamers, and I want to go on this topic because we play a little bit of games, and I'm a Red Dead Redemption guy in Surrey, and that's how I met Rich.
Right. Mhm.
I met Rich on Red Dead Redemption. We were just we were kind of doing some type of glitch we learned. I think it was through Jay Stone, and it was called the Cougar glitch. And in the process of this Cougar glitch, you literally took a cougar,
Yeah.
not one you find in a bar, not a woman. No, not that woman. All right. So you don't find a woman at a bar and take her and put her on the back of your horse and do something like that. All right. Now, what you do, all right, for anybody who doesn't know what Red Dead Redemption is, first off, it's a video game. If anybody doesn't know what a video game is something that entertains you when you're bored. All right. It is something you do that with the hand-eye coordination that gives you mental stimulation and sometimes hand-eye coordination skills. All right. Continuing. So this game is based on cowboys. Um, they ride a horse to Owltown Road. No, they really don't do that. But they're guys who go on an adventure to escape the law because they're bad people and they do bad things. Now, there's an online and there's a story mode, and we're not going to get into story mode because we're online, folks. Now, anyways, that cougar we did not find at the bar. You get a cougar, and they go by stars. Stars are like graded, and the quality of them. And at one point or another, we did a glitch. A glitch is something that, or an exploit, which is inside the system that you can benefit, you get benefits from, reap the rewards from of a task that you do that necessarily wouldn't be allowed by the actual creators of the game and developers of the game. So we were playing this game, a Red Dead Redemption 2. There's a number 1 and there's also Revolver for it. Revolver is like the kind of like prelude to it, kind of going in. Then there's the first one, which is just a storyline, main storyline, and now we're in the beginning to like it would literally be 2 would be 1 and 1 would be 2 kind of situation. So we're on 2, which is actually the second game, but it's the real prelude to it, and Revolver becomes before all that. Now there is a poor connection. Hello? Are you there? Rich? Well, we got a poor connection coming up. Hey, Rich, you there? Maybe I'll try to end the call and recall him. All right, we're going to call Rich right back. Because I made a mistake. Nick? Rich? Nick? Nick? Nick, 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 Nick? Hello? Gotta wait for it to connect again. And we'll get back to the Red Dead Redemption stuff that I was talking about. What the hell happened? No answer. Let's try this again. Missed call. How did that happen? Connecting. Ringing. Waiting on Nick.
You good?
You good? All right. I don't see you though.
It's still loading, I think.
I gotta
What the hell
wait.
happened, bro?
I don't know. Whoa! I hear you ringing. Hello?
Yeah, I don't know. Did you die or something?
Did I? No, I'm looking right at you. I didn't die.
No, I meant like you're. I don't know what happened.
Yes, I'm
We're
dead.
talking
I'm
about Red Dead.
resurrected as a new person. All right.
Undead Nightmare.
Undead Nightmare, which is a whole other thing from Red Dead Redemption. Anyways, so continuing on what we were talking about, so we got this cougar, remember, not from the bar, and we would bring it in, and we would shoot it, right? That's what we would do. You would put it on the back, you would shoot it, it would degrade it to a it was this one, right? No, it wasn't even this one. It was the one where we forget about that one. It was one where we had to get a horse in the stable, yeah. We had to bring it into the stable and get it to reproduce. Anyways, it was a glitch. There's a bunch of jerk offs that he was helping and he was like, yeah, I'll help you guys do the glitch. And he helped them and he was doing a lot of work with them. And I hate to say it, those mother effers.
Asshole.
Oh, go, dude. They were so they were all right, yeah, we'll help you when you're done helping us. And they're like, oh no, we gotta get off. We gotta leave in a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't help you right now. And then I overheard the guy at one point talking to his other buddy, Rich wasn't around, and they were like, yeah, just find somebody and then just get him to help you and then just screw him. And I was after that, I was so mad. I was like, Rich, let me just do this with you because what's the hell's the point? We're playing a game anyways. What's it worth to me not to help the dude, you know? And we became friendly and I introduced him to a few other people and we had friends, we lost friends, we we had to. I was going to get into something in a minute, but let me go on this random thing with it before we start talking about the game in general. So it's Red Dead Redemption. I've never really played. I played online games, but I played Call of Duty and things. All right, yeah, I might have had to do that. But this is the first game I played where you really, really, really have to work with other people. There's no doubt about it in this sense. If you want to do something to to play the game properly, I have to get Rich to be on what they have as posses, my group, and we have to go do certain tasks. Otherwise, it doesn't work as proper as it's supposed to. And a lot of people don't get along in this game whatsoever. They're terrible. They are terrible. There's people in there that are staying up for days. There's people fighting with each other. They're calling racist terms. I had a friend of mine who used to play with, who was called Mexico's Finest. And the dude was told by somebody one day that they wanted to see a rope around his neck hanging from a tree. After I heard that, it was
oh yeah. I played with them and there were some pretty shitty things said, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some terrible things and stuff like that. Then again, I stopped becoming friends with one guy. This guy, they call him Father Time on the game. And I stopped becoming friends with the guy because the dude was threatening me. He was opening threatening me. And he was with a bunch of other goons that literally said this. And this is what I was told. They thought I committed suicide. And because I didn't commit suicide, they were really upset because they were basically having a joyous gathering or some sort of party because they thought I was dead. And the fact that I'm alive really just ruins their whole entire month or whatever it was. and that I should go kill myself because the world would be better off without me, and that my parents and everybody else would be better off without me. And they said this to me, and I went to report this, and I didn't clip it, of course. I thought I had recorded. I tried to get Rockstar involved. They told me to get PlayStation involved. I got PlayStation involved. PlayStation told me to get Rockstar involved. Lo and behold, the guy Alan was going back and forth between these people, trying to get them to still find me in the game. Now, there's a lot of like ways to find somebody in the game, but they made it a lot harder. I had to block. I had to just get rid of people and all this kind of stuff in the game. But to make a long story short, I dealt with a lot of drama in the game. And a lot of other people deal with a lot of drama in the game. And because there's certain like aspects of like how you have to interact in the game, people like Rich got involved in the drama, and he never meant to get involved in the drama. And then it was like, oh, the guy Mexico we used to be friends with doesn't really want to talk to us anymore because he's upset that we did something to somebody else that I have no idea who the person is. And it really trickles down like that. It's like you do something to somebody else.
Yeah, man,
Go ahead.
Mexico and Panama are cool, dude. I don't know why the hell they got all so upset. I don't remember what happened.
Yeah,
Like they were some really cool dudes. Like I
all
love
right,
hanging out with them.
I'll tell you a story, and I'm not really trying to talk shit about people or anything like that. But this is just showing how video games are. This is why we're explaining the story. I played with these guys before, but because I didn't like one certain person in the game, they all told me that they thought that I should be friends with this guy. And I was like, no, I'm not being friends with this dude. I'm not allowing myself to be subjected to him doing open threats or trying to basically destroy the way I am in general. Destroy my gaming, destroy my mental health and all that. And it was bad because we used to have screaming matches, and I used to yell at people a lot in this game because the sheer factor is that it's difficult. Like me and Rich have even had freaking screaming matches with each other because it just gets frustrating because one person wants to do it some way and another person wants to do it another way, and then you're both trying to help each other, and then some people think that you're not giving enough help. And I'm not saying that, I'm not talking about Rich here. I'm just saying in general that some people just don't think you're giving enough help. And then other people are just like, what are you worth to me? And then it's like, well, I love the conversations you have with me, but you don't get along with this guy, so I don't want you to hang out with me because this guy's has problems with you. And it was like the other day, I've been dealing with this for months, for like 6 months, right? And this shows the extent of shit. The other day I was playing with somebody, and literally he must have gave the phone call to somebody else because now people will call you whenever that's how the game works. They'll call you in the middle of the night while you're in church, wherever you may be, and they'll ask you to come on the game and help them out because there's a quote-unquote battle going on where people fight until somebody else goes to sleep, comes into the game, goes into the posse, helps them, fights again, and then creates this like whole massive like scenario where it's never ending. And it's like you don't get any benefits from the in-game money, the in-game gold, the in-game supplies, you just get aggravation, stress, you lose money, in-game money. You don't lose in-game gold. You could, if depending on what you buy, but you really don't. In-game money, which takes forever to get sometimes, and you lose the carcasses from the animals you kill to get the money that you need to buy supplies. And anyways, it's just long story short, it's a mess. There's a lot of drama and everything like that. Now, going on, what I was going to talk about is every Tuesday, Red Dead Redemption updates its game. Did you see what happened yesterday, Rich?
Oh yeah, it came out early.
It came out early, right? Did you try the new bounty?
Because no, I have not yet.
All right. Last week I didn't get to finish the bounty all the way up to 5 because I haven't really been playing with anybody. You really haven't been on that much either. If you've been on, you've been doing Call of Duty, and you, sir, have to put your notifications back on so I could, actually get in touch with you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm gonna haunt your life. And I'm gonna kill you in Red Dead Redemption.
All right. So, anyways, if you're not scared yet, I hope you pissed yourself. No, but dude, the new bounty they have out, right? They have new legendary bounties out every week. The new bounty is actually so hard. I literally could not figure out what the hell to do with myself alone. But did you realize that when you do a bounty alone, excuse me, it's different than doing a bounty with a bunch of people? They actually change it. Did you ever play? All right.
I did not know that.
Yeah, when you do a bounty alone, the last bounty I did you do the bounty prior to this one where you had to get the guys who gives you the slips underneath the rock?
No, I have not done the past 2 weeks bounties.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've been playing too much Call of Duty.
Yeah, well, anyways, so this new bounty you got to do, right? You go into like the the space that you never ever use in Saint Denis, where you go in, you have to go behind those big giant like fence doors.
Fence doors.
Yeah, and you could go underneath the water, and it has a tunnel, and it brings you up into it, like that slave tunnel looking thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you get into that spot, right? And you have guards open up these doors, and they say, whatever the lady's name is, so and so is coming. She robs the carts or whatever, the ones that everybody drives, and the stagecoaches. And she comes in with a bunch of people, right? Now, in the game, what they do is they mark the legendary as a red dot with kind of like almost looking like an aim symbol in it, almost like you would aim a gun kind of looking thing. And then they give you a red dot as the NPC kind of just character that's going to shoot at you and kill you. And the legendary is what you got to get. Now, the problem with this bounty is the legendary symbol is multiplied times like 5, and it spreads out throughout the board. So they don't tell you who the bounty is. They tell you who the bounty is, but they don't tell you which one you have to get. And now they did an update, right? They did a technical update. Now, when you go and you look at your bounty, right, there'll be a thing on the side where usually it's like where your marker is, and you can hit an arrow, and it tells you where things are on this actual map. When you look at the actual thing, it tells you where the enemies are, and you can hit the arrows over for the little red dot. And now for this bounty, it gives you 5 legendary people running around, which aren't legendary. One of them is legendary, but you don't know which one's legendary.
That's fucked.
So you're getting on to do this legendary bounty.
Oh, yeah, because she has a mask on. She's hiding her identity, right?
Yeah, sure, something like that. You don't know who she is, so you're running after them, and you tackle somebody, but as you're tackling that one person you think is the legendary, you're getting shot at by random NPC players, which are just, people who are on her crew, and they're trying to shoot at you. You got to shoot at these people. Meanwhile, the other bounties are running really far away in multiple directions. And when I did the bounty alone, the people that were in the storyline for the bounty looked at me and said, oh, they only gave us one bounty hunter. Like, kind of like nonchalant, kind of like, why did they only give us one bounty hunter? I was so utterly like thrown off by this bounty that I died immediately. I died immediately because I was hog tying one, and a guy came with almost. It literally felt like a machine gun, which it wasn't. I got like this, and I was like, what did I just get shot with? And then I like ended up dying, and I had to reset the checkpoint. You lose more money if you reset the checkpoint. Anyways, oh man, it was beyond frustrating, dude. It was really tough. And supposedly now, if you go to get potions, right, that if you go to your weapon wheel, which in the game they give you this wheel, you usually hit one of the, what is it, R1?
Yeah.
Yeah, R1 and bring up a weapon wheel. And now you know how some people get the potions off the weapon wheel and take a potion? You can't take the potion like that. Supposedly you have to hit one of the D-pad buttons, like the left D-pad or something. I was reading about it, and you can't get the potion properly anymore off the weapon wheel. It doesn't let you just take it off like you normally would just to have it, just to take it, to drink it. Yeah, so it's harder to take your potion.
You're not really giving me quite a motivation to come back and play that game.
Well, Yeah,
I'm
and this
messing with
week,
you, but
this week they gave you they gave you
oh, emotes, Fortnite dance.
and something else, and it was something else that wasn't too good.
Yeah.
They gave you emotes and a couple of, but this week is the only week left that you could do that new PvP mode, the haunted one or whatever.
I can't get a game. I can't get anybody to play with. I
Yeah.
sit in there for like 20 minutes. I did play that, but I could never get in.
Yeah, I couldn't get in either. I tried. I even had people send me an invite. I tried to get in their invite, and then the people all lagged off.
Oh,
Don't mind me. I'm grabbing my bag
Uh-huh.
of chips real quick. I'm kind of a little bit on the munchy side. I got Doritos. Yo, did you know Doritos, right? They made, I'm sorry, you can really hear it on this mic, but they made a brand new Doritos that's like cheddar cheese almost Doritos.
hmm
It's like in an orange bag. Oh, and here's a trick for anybody that doesn't know, and I'm going to teach you guys all at home, right? Look at my bag. What's
upside
different
down.
about it? It's upside down, right? You know the reason why my bag is upside down?
Yeah.
Because all the
Why?
flavor usually goes one way in the bag, up to down. Now, when you flip the bag over, all the stuff that trickled to the bottom can now trickle
Dude.
through your Doritos again or your chips and go right through.
That is genius. That is awesome, bro. That
Yeah,
is so
so-
5-head.
Well, one thing though is if you buy some store brand chips, I'm going to warn you. I bought a bag of chips the other day, right? It was from this place called Fresh Times. And they were barbecue flavored, but they had so much salt and sugar on them. I've never dealt with it. They're supposed to be more organic. That on the bottom of the bag, when I flipped it over, I could touch it and you could feel the sugar and salt on the bottom of the bag.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
That's
It's pretty
that's gonna
gross.
kill you.
Yeah. Oh, so let me show you one more thing, Rich, because I'm going to be doing a stream when I get my fiance in a little while. Let me get back.
Alright.
So, hold on for a second. I'm not going to show the screen yet. I have to show you what it is and then what I got. All right, so hold on. Let me see if I could make myself a little bit smaller again. I'm going to make you a little bit on the smaller side of things again. All right, shrunken heads. All right, let me go to Google Chrome. I got to show you something off Amazon real quick. I bought something, and Amazon shouldn't be too hard to get up. Amazon, all right. All right, so we'll go to move Skype down. Orders. We turn in orders. Oh my God, tell me to sign in again. Continue. And sign in. Oh, I should just have me kept in signed in. Anyways, my orders. All right. You see these boxes? Do you see them on OBS, or can you see them?
Your stream is so laggy. Give me a second.
Oh no, it's not lagging. It's the window capture is different. It's not lagging. I had to put the window capture. Hold on.
I mean, it's literally frozen on you with
No. I'll show you why. I have to watch. You'll see.
Alright.